At this time, I call your attention to the symbol on the screen. This is the patch that appears on the white coats that our students are going to be receiving today. The patch is worn by faculty members, residents and fellows, medical students, and it represents OUWB's core values. A circle represents a community. If one point is dropped, the circle is broken. This teaches us that everyone in our community and everyone in the communities we serve, everyone has infinite value. 2 points on a circle can be as far apart from each other, even 180 degrees apart, and yet both points are equidistant from the core values at the center. And this teaches us and reminds us that as much as we could disagree from each other from time to time, far apart from each other in our thinking, we can still be focused equally and equidistant from the core values that are at the center of OUWB's existence. There are 2 circles bordering our patch. At one level, the 2 circles represent the 2 founding institutions. The inner blue circle represents Beaumont Health. The outer gold circle represents Oakland University. But on another level, the 2 circles represent the 2 questions we ask of ourselves, including our medical students. What do we want to do, and who do we want to be? The who do we want to do is answered by the knowledge and technical skills that we acquire and master. The who do we want to be is achieved by developing the personal attributes that contribute to a compassionate, altruistic, sympathetic, and empathetic and engaged physician. And finally, because a circle does represent a community, the 2 circles of our patch remind us about OUWB's mission: to be a community serving its community, locally, regionally, nationally, and globally. This is the OUWB white coat patch. At OUWB, we wear our values on our sleeves. Good afternoon. I'm Bob Fulberg. I'm the founding dean of the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, OUWB, and I'm so privileged to welcome you to our school's 8th white coat ceremony. This is an extraordinary event, and we have a number of honored guests here. I wish to recognize them now, and we're going to recognize some other people who are here and exercise one of the attributes of OUWB, which is to express gratitude. So I wish to call your attention to the presence of a member of our OUWB faculty who is the president of Oakland University, Dr. Aurora Hirsch-Peskovitz. I also want to welcome Mr. David Toll, Chair of the Oakland University Board of Trustees. Dr. David Wood, who will be participating in today's ceremony, Chief Medical Officer of Beaumont Health. Dr. Muhammad Arsawala, who is the incoming president of the Michigan State Medical Society. And Dr. Chris Milback, who is the incoming president of the Oakland County Medical Society. Welcome. There is no medical school without members of the administrative staff and team of OUWB. So if just for a moment, I would like you to see who they are, and I'm going to ask the assistant and the associate deans to rise and remain standing. And I would also like our, yes, please. Just so you can see who they are. And I would like also for our department chairs, we have 4 department chairs with us today. Dr. Doug Gould, who is the chair of the Department of Foundational Medical Studies, Dr. Mark Fricker, the interim chair of the Department of Surgery, Dr. Jeff Fishgrun, the chair of the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, and Dr. Barbara Duckerman, wearing her white coat today, the chair of Pathology. And now I would like you to meet the faculty who are here. They are not only faculty members from the Department of Foundational Medical Studies, but they represent a number of physicians at Beaumont, members of our clinical departments. May I ask you to rise also? Thank you all for coming and being a part of this. And now I'd like to welcome the guests. Now I'd like to welcome all of the guests and of our students, the class of 2022. Many of you have come here from quite a distance to celebrate with us and to participate in this ceremony, and we're grateful to you. It is an OUWB tradition to recognize that there are some students here today whose families could not make the trip to be with them. So for all of you, please remember that all of OUWB for today and onward is your family. We will be streaming this. We are actually streaming this event live, and we do know that there are people logged on all over the world to celebrate and to observe this with you, and we welcome people who are online streaming this event today. This is really the beginning, a milestone, and there are other milestones to come in your medical school career. So it's a great time to start the celebration, a great time to mark the commitment to the study of medicine. And I also want to then extend a very extraordinary thanks, I saved this for last, for the people who worked so hard during your orientation week, the team working on behalf of Dean Sandra LeBlance. I wish to recognize specifically and especially Tony LeGrand, who worked for your orientation week and so hard to put this event together. Tony, thank you. And with that, it is time to introduce to you Dean LeBlance.
Welcome, family and friends, and welcome, class of 2022. I would like to take a few minutes to tell everyone about this remarkable group of students who make up the class of 2022. While I do that, please enjoy a slideshow presentation of the newest additions to the OUWB family. You, the class of 2022, are an amazing group. You are well-traveled, having visited over 100 countries, including Andorra, Bangladesh, Croatia, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Fiji, Greece, Haiti, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, Qatar, Russia, South Korea, Trinidad, the United Kingdom, the Vatican City, and Wales. You have completed studies at over 50 different undergraduate institutions, and as a group, you have collectively spent well over 124,000 hours providing service to your local communities, schools, and abroad. Over the past 4 years, you've been cheering with Aggies, Anteaters, Badgers, Bears, Beavers, Blue Jays, Boilermakers, Britons, Bruins, Buffaloes, Bulls, Bulldogs, Cardinals, Chargers, Cougars, Dragons, Ducks, Elephants, Fighting Illini, Flying Dutchmen, Gators, Gauchos, Golden Bears, Golden Grizzlies, Gophers, Gunrocks, Hawkeyes, Hoosiers, Huskies, Jumbos, Lakers, Marauders, Monarchs, Mustangs, Panthers, Penguins, Pioneers, Purple Eagles, Quakers, Ramseys, Redhawks, Spartans, Sun Devils, Terrapins, Saints, Thunderbirds, Titans, Travelers, Tritons, Trojans, Rebels, Utes, Warriors, Wildcats, and Wolverines. We also asked you about your hobbies. When you're not studying, you enjoy music. And oh, how you enjoy music. We have among us students who can play the guitar, and quite a few of you we will have the pleasure to hear playing the baby grand piano in the student lounge. We have many students who enjoy singing, attending concerts, listening to live music and dancing. Someone in your class can sing in 5 languages, while another does a great singing impression of Shakira. And we can't wait to hear you, Shakira. You had a lot to say about food. So many foodies in the class of 2022. You enjoy trying new restaurants, and when you're not writing Yelp reviews about your experiences, you are reading others' reviews to find where you're going next. Quite a few of you mentioned brunch as your favorite meal. You also enjoy baking, cooking, grilling, or enjoying tea and coffee with friends and family. Some of your favorite ways to stay active include playing sports such as badminton, baseball, basketball, bowling, boxing, football, golf, hockey, ping pong, racquetball, soccer, tennis, ultimate frisbee, and volleyball. To maintain personal fitness, some of you practice yoga or taekwondo, and others go to the gym for some weightlifting and kickboxing. Outdoor activities you like include archery, amateur astronomy, backpacking, biking, camping, gardening, hiking, horseback riding, ice skating, rock climbing, skiing, snowboarding, and exploring state parks. Some of you prefer to be in or near the water swimming, boating, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding, sailing, scuba diving, surfing, wakeboarding, whitewater rafting, or just hanging out at the beach. The artists among you enjoy ceramics, crafts, drawing, painting, sketching, graphic design, photography, writing poetry, and balloon artistry. Other activities that you enjoy include crocheting, knitting, reading, learning new languages, cryptocurrency, military history, working on cars or motorcycles, DIY projects, puzzles, board games, escape rooms, playing video games, visiting museums, watching your favorite shows, and spending time with family and friends, which is great because you now have at least 127 new friends who will eventually become your OUWB family. We asked you to tell us something interesting about you, and you certainly delivered. Some of you have had interesting experiences with animals, such as owning a worm farm or growing up on an alpaca farm, having a pet fox. I'm truly envious. Being able to tell species of frogs by their mating calls, riding a camel through the Sahara Desert, swimming with dolphins, breeding reef animals, and being bitten by a snake. 3 of you have a twin, which means there are 6 of you. 10 of you are Oakland University graduates. Some of you can tell us what it's like to be a thrill seeker as you have stood at the top of a waterfall, slid down an active volcano, rode the world's tallest sky coaster, swam with sharks, and jumped out of planes. One of you has been to space camp. Someone participated in an all-male pageant. Another has been in commercials. Some of you shared personal facts that some people may consider unusual. One of you can hold your breath underwater for 5 minutes. One student can clap with one hand. We'd like to see that. And someone in the room can whistle while smiling. We found out when you like something, you go all in. You are planning to visit every single Major League Baseball stadium, and you are currently up to number 22 out of 30. You have created a bucket list for dining at the restaurants featured on your favorite culinary show, and you have already crossed off 3 places from one coast to the other. Several of you have completed marathons. One of you loves yoga so much that you have completed the 200-hour training program required to become an instructor. A few of you have black belts in martial arts. One student has given over 750 Uber rides and promises that they include some very interesting stories to their riders. Someone among us has visited more countries than there are states. If you fall in love with a sitcom, you will watch all 201 episodes 5 times. Some of the things that you've told us about your favorite service projects. On a medical mission trip to Haiti, you were truly humbled by the wonderful people you met who lacked both resources and access to health care. Your trip inspired you to continue giving back to international communities whenever you have the opportunity as both a medical student and as a future physician. By volunteering at a clinic, you had the opportunity to meet people from different backgrounds while learning how to take vitals and observing procedures. You were able to translate for patients who struggled with language barriers and bonded with them while you learned how rewarding it can be to see patients gradually become healthier with your help. Your favorite service project was volunteering at an orphanage for children with developmental disorders in Mexico. You went every summer for 10 years and were able to develop deep relationships with the children and enjoyed watching them grow up. You spent time in the rural part of the Dominican Republic working alongside community members to improve access to clean water and sustainable food sources, as well as providing evidence-based health education to decrease the rate of infection of HIV/AIDS. You were a counselor at a muscular dystrophy summer camp and really enjoyed working with the campers, as they were always happy to see you and talk to you. For this 1 week during the summer, they can do anything they want and have fun. You loved being able to help them work through their physical limitations and have one of the best weeks of their lives. You loved both times you volunteered in a Nicaraguan village because the people living there were very involved in their care, whether it was helping physicians at the pop-up clinics or while helping build sanitation stations and septic tanks. The villagers were very hands-on as they did all they could physically to take part in the improvements. Your favorite service project was organizing a clean water drive for the people of Flint at the peak of the water crisis. You raised money at your campus with your volunteer group and then personally delivered over $2,000 in bottled water to families in need at a local charity site. You appreciated that experience because it brought you closer to your community and made a positive impact on the lives of many residents. You volunteered as a shelter worker for the American Red Cross to assist the victims of Hurricane Irma in Florida. You saw firsthand humanity at its best. The experience taught you about compassion, caring, and more importantly, looking out for each other in a time of need. There are too many wonderful stories to share today, but I can assure you they all had one common theme: the passion for service to others and wanting to make a difference. We look forward to the many positive ways you will serve and contribute the OUWB community and the broader world around us. So thank you, class of 2022, for sharing with us a bit about yourselves. We look forward to learning much more about you as we watch you grow and develop into your future selves over the next 4 years. So now, the moment you've been waiting for. On to the white coats. The donning of the white coat marks the beginning of each student's journey to becoming a physician. For more than 100 years, the white coat has been worn by physicians and students, symbolizing the trust between patient and physician. Today, in the presence of families and friends, our students will be welcomed into the profession and ceremonially cloaked by their PRISM faculty mentor. The PRISM mentor is a Beaumont physician who will guide a group of 18 students over the next 4 years. This mentor will provide support for students as they grow both personally and professionally. We feel it is most fitting for the mentor to mark this event by assisting each student with their coat for the first time. Our physician mentors for the class of 2022 are Dr. Molly Austin, who is a hospital medicine physician, Soliman Barwani, who is a pediatric gastroenterologist, Abdul Rahman Effendi, who is a nephrologist, Dr. Varsha Karamchandani, who is one of our psychiatrists, Dr. Julie Price, who is an internal medicine physician, Dr. Rachel Rode, who serves in the orthopedic surgery department as a hand surgeon, and Dr. Anthony Stallion, who is a pediatric general surgeon. By establishing this ritual at the beginning of medical school, we are reinforcing the notion that the responsibilities of a physician start today. This ceremony highlights the primacy of the doctor-patient relationship and the obligation to strive for excellence, show compassion, and to lead lives of righteousness and honor. Students, each of you will find in the pocket of your white coat a note from a Beaumont physician. It is a note of inspiration and encouragement written by a Beaumont physician as a special welcome to the OUWB family. Also on the stage with us will be Dr. David Wood, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Beaumont Health Systems. Dr. Wood is presenting each student with a gift. Dr. Wood.
Thank you. Of the many duties I have to do because of my job, I really like this one. This is just a fun time, and it makes you reflect back on your own medical career. And this is one of the days that was very profound, really enjoyed it. The other one was when I graduated. In between, not so much. But I am saying that that it is a good time. Just to kind of talk a little bit of what Sandy was mentioning, most of your friends that are in other professions or other businesses will not have and do not have an external symbol of their accomplishments. In medicine, we do. We have two basic ones. You're going to get them both today. One is the white coat. I can guarantee you, if you don't already realize it, as soon as you get your coat, you're going to want a long one. That's going to take a little while, but you'll get there. And the second is a stethoscope. Many of us, or you may hopefully get to know Dr. Rosenbaum, Lou Rosenbaum, one of the great teachers that we have at Beaumont. And I was having lunch with him, and we were going back and forth, and I said, Lou, why do you really need the physical exam or even a stethoscope? We have such advanced technology now. And he said, Dave, every physician needs a stethoscope because that way you have to get that close to the patient, be able to touch them, and that touching is a very strong way to communicate and understand where your patients are coming from. Oakland University has a very unique curriculum, as you're going to find out, one that I'm very impressed with. And part of that, what you're going to learn, and it's a tagline in the mission statement for Beaumont Health, is a compassionate, extraordinary care every day. We want you to carry on that tradition. And without further ado, I'll turn it back to Sandy, and we'll get the show on the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wood. Dr. Wood will be presenting the students with their first stethoscope as medical students. Those stethoscopes are a gift on behalf of the Beaumont Royal Oak medical staff. So before I bring you up for your white coat ceremony, I ask all the students, make sure your coats are unbuttoned before you come up. Thank you. So I'd like to call Dr. Molly Austin up to the stage. Hassan Akram. Mitchell Becker. Amy Cox. Timothy Elton. Christian Fritz. Jasmine Hawk. Rachel Harvey. Jasmine Hinneman. Grace Kummerfeld. Lauren May. Ramiz Memon. Michael Musa. Tiffany Nguyen. Krupa Patel. Agata Rodriguez. Saad Sadat. Annette Shatkowski. Muhammad Abdul Aziz Wahid. Michelle Ka Yan Wu. Thank you, Dr. Austin. I'd like to now invite Dr. Suleiman Barwani up to the stage. Omar Abbas. Sarah Barlow. Rosini Battino. Nader Berry. Varneet Brar. George Cholak. Jackson Harley. Alyssa Heinchel. Floyd Kenny. Ryan Kemraj. Sammy Lai. Rachel Patterson. Ian Penvose. Scott Saba. Olivia Schimmel. Christian Solano. Colin Walentine. Stephanie Wong. Thank you, Dr. Barwani. Would Dr. Effendi please come to the stage? Sarah Ama. James Blumline. Kristen Quadra. Edward Ford. Patrick Herndon. Amy Height. Helen Hudeman. Michael Kabash. Rachel Kaltoff. Leor Kopel. Allison Nguyen. Nisarg Bhutel. Nicholas Pruitt. Jeremy Santamaria. Duncan Stevens. Veronica Williams. Emily Ewan. Thank you, Dr. Effendi. Dr. Price, would you please come to the stage? Nicholas Baker. Bryson Caskey. Rachel Connell. Navina Dharam. Maya Desai. Brett Friedman. Bailey Hull. Anna Jashan. Stephanie Joe. Benjamin Malamet. Lucas Nelson. Olivia Ray. Rafi Rahman. Patricia Roosley. Tyler Sargent. Michael Sun. Hannah Van Duzen. Monique Waltman. Thank you, Dr. Price. I'd like to invite Dr. Rachel Rode to the stage. Miriam Own. Alexander Belinsky. Nafisa Bouyan. Aditya Chala. Dakota Hall. Thomas Holt. Cassie Neen. Diana Lay. Daniel Ludema. Alan Newen. Nisha Patel. Grace Peterson. Duyen Quach. Kevin Roby. Sharjeel Shamim. Pamela Spicer Moring. Asia Susko. Benjamin Travers. Thank you, Dr. Broad. I now invite Dr. Marlene Seltzer to the stage. Dr. Seltzer will be standing in for Dr. Varsha Karamchandani, who could not be with us today. Dina Abdo. Kenneth Barker. Nina Dicklich. Christopher Gilbert. Tanya Gonzalez. Anissa Hashmi. Kunal Kedar. Michael Lemieux. Flora Grace Martz. Hussam Mawari. Ryan Nearstead. Nathan Perry. Maida Raja. Emma Randall. Zachary Rollins. Jamie Simpson. Joshua Volan. Melanie Wizarek. Thank you, Dr. Seltzer. I now invite Dr. Stellian to the stage. Kwesi Asante. Ricardo Valladares Albacete. Antonio Decau. Ekeni Eziokley. I'll say that one more time. Ekeni Eziokley. Kelly Fahey. Noah Garber. Marlon Amy Halder. Lindsay Hobbs. Maithya Jayakumar. Sarah Kozlakavich. Amelia Cruz. Than Thu Nguyen. Leon Quach. Ryan Rogers. Tyler Shubitowski. Shaman Song. Deanna Tran. And last but not least, Omid Vodpe. Thank you, Dr. Salian. Thank you all, and one final applause for all of our students.
Dean LeBlance, thank you so much. And of course, there's no white coat ceremony without the class of 2022, so thank you. Let's go back in time. Let's try that. Let's go back to August 2014. This is the white coat ceremony of the class that just graduated in 2018. And I want to introduce you to a student at her white coat ceremony, and this is Megan. She's just walked off the platform. She has just gotten her white coat and her stethoscope. I think she looks pretty happy. Let's go forward to March of 2018. And this is Megan on match day with her mom, when Megan found out that she had matched in orthopedic surgery at Johns Hopkins. So there's something between white coat ceremony and match day, and of course that gets capped off by commencement. So let's go back about 3 months from today. It's May 2018. And let's visit what's in your future. This is the commencement for that class, and you may actually catch a glimpse of Megan and her classmates. And by the way, when you're looking at this video, notice the sea of white coats in the audience, because at OUWB, it is a tradition that all the students attend who can, and every year you get closer to your destination. So we see the graduates closest to the stage, then comes M3s, M2s, and M1s, and every year you form a community and you get closer to commencement. So let's go back, May 2018 commencement.
I'm going to ask each one of you young Golden Grizzlies to run from this graduation on a remarkable mission. Don't be discouraged. Don't settle for less than remarkable. Don't settle for the mediocrity of almost. Seek out the light within each patient and within yourself.
At the beginning of medical school, Dean Fulberg poses a pair of questions to us. What do you want to do, and who do you want to be? The last 4 years have been an amazing opportunity to pursue our answers. Commencement is a celebration of attaining an ideal self. And now that we've been hooded, this new identity of doctor is so suddenly and powerfully thrust upon us that it becomes part of our name. Yet we are no more remarkable than when we woke up this morning. You are still the same loving, caring, and passionate individuals that I've grown with over the past 4 years.
My favorite part about being in school here was the friendships that I made, the mentorship I received, and just hanging out with some of the most inspiring people I've met.
Really, I just believed in the community and what the upperclassmen were telling me and how they really do support you and are here for you, and really the community was the main reason that I came here.
Today we are finally recognized for our commitment to the greatest part of our identity, our passion for medicine, and welcomed into a community of others who share in it. I hope you never forget who you are under the white coat, nor why you put it on each morning.
The OUWB fam extends well beyond the people sitting next to you. Take a moment to look at your friends and family in the stands and think about those who are not here today who have helped you get here. You have probably worked harder than ever before during these last 4 years.
Today, you have transitioned from medical students to medical doctors. You have become our colleagues. We are so very proud of you, and we are grateful that you have been and will continue to be a part of the OUWB community.
Kelly, Karen. McCall, Montana. Wolfgang, Wadridge, G4. George, Haney, Nasser.
When I came to interview day, I fell in love with the school, with the people, with the faculty, the hospital, everything, and I was set to come here.
On my interview day, I think like a lot of people, I was inspired by Dean Folberg's speech to us all. He painted a vision for a school that was going to emphasize not just the science, but also the humanity of a career in medicine.
The biggest reason I chose to come to this school is that just on my interview day, I really could see myself being at home here. And I definitely think that's true, and I would make the same decision all over again.
For your patients, especially for yourself, practice acceptance, forgiveness, and be grateful for the gifts of this school, and be grateful for the gifts from each other.
You have made your families, your friends, and all of us here at Oakland University and at OUWB so very proud. And we're looking forward to learning about the tremendous things that you will undoubtedly accomplish in the years to come. Personally, I just can't wait to hear about them. Congratulations from all of us.
So class of 2022, I'm looking right at you. Can you picture yourselves at your commencement? Not yet? We can. And we have confidence in you. So let's talk a little bit about the destination. As Dr. Wood said, the distance between white coat ceremony and commencement. And white coat ceremony, I have to tell you, it's like being a 6-year-old on a sugar high. You're just energetic, you feel really good. About 5 to 6 weeks into, as we discussed, sipping water through a straw from a fire hydrant, the sugar high begins to wear off. So I'm going to give you a couple of strategies to keep you aligned and on target, because that's where you're ending up as MDs. And let me give you the first one. And you know how much we love to tell stories at OUWB. I'm going to tell you a short story. And I was at Beaumont walking through the halls of the hospital, and I encountered 2 best friends for life. Now, these are people who otherwise would not have met each other had they been in OUWB. They come from totally different backgrounds. And the 2 of them are walking out from the medical library at Beaumont where they were studying, and both of them have their heads dropped down. They could barely say hello. And I asked one, and they're usually bright and energetic medical students, I said, what's going on? And one of them says, Dean Folberg, I just don't think I'm going to be able to do this. So I looked at her and I said, can I ask you a question? Is she your good friend? Would you ever say that to her? I don't think you can do that? No, never. Well, if you would never say that to your best friend, why are you talking to yourself that way? Do you see what I'm saying? So if you ever get into a situation because the road is a little bit challenging from here to there, remember the self-talk. We have confidence in you. We selected you to be here. You have a support system. You have each other. You have parents and family and friends. You have a faculty and an enormous support system there. So if you ever drop from that sugar high and your head starts to go down, that self-talk, if you wouldn't say it to somebody else, please don't say it to yourself. Is that okay? Do we have a deal? Let's give a fist bump on that. All right. The second thing that is a strategy for getting that distance from getting that stethoscope in the white coat to making it to commencement, the second strategy is to remember why you're in school. You'll pass the tests. That's not why you're in school. You're in school because in the future, patients will depend upon you. Communities may depend upon you. So in this school, as we discussed on Monday, do yourselves a favor, do us a favor, study for your patient. Strategy number 2. Are you okay with that? We're not going to do the fist bump again. All right, and now I'm going to give you a bigger goal. You know, when people do organizations, whether they're businesses, universities, when they do strategic planning and mission statements, healthcare systems, they come up with very big goals for themselves. I mean, everything else is kind of like incremental, getting you to that big goal. And every one of you comes here with a big goal. So I related my story to you on the first day. For those who don't know, I had the privilege of teaching the first class in medical school, right? We started off with 2 questions. But I told you about what my big goal was, right? Repaying that debt. The medical students will know what I'm talking about. So every one of you has a very big goal. Now let's go back to those 2 questions. Dr. Cross, who in the commencement speech actually talked about this, because we do this with every class. See, what do I want to do and who do I want to be? The what do I want to do part is the knowledge you have to accumulate, the technical skills you need to master. That's our curriculum. And the other part of it is who do I want to be? And that's very important at this school. I'm going to come back to that right at the end, right before we recite the oath. That's only in a couple of minutes. So please stay with me for this part. Those 2 questions are not separated from one another. They're very much linked to one another. Because you have to master the what do I want to do to get to the who do I want to be. But the who do I want to be is important. You just can't do the what do I want to do. And I'm going to relate a story that I haven't told in a number of years. I related the story at a white coat ceremony before many of the people who are in this room are in this room. And it's from a student of character development. I'm going to paraphrase this. He wrote in the 19th century. His name was Israel Salanter. I'm going to paraphrase it for a 21st century audience, and here's what his story is like. He started out by saying, I wanted to change the world. He said, and he realized he couldn't. So he went on and he said, I wanted to change my country. And he wasn't too effective doing that either. So he dropped it down. I want to change my town, my community, and didn't have much impact. He said, you know, I want to change my family, and didn't make much of a dent in that area either. And then he realized, the only person I am capable of changing is myself. But once he changed himself, his family changed. And you can see the ripple effect behind that. Is that kind of awesome? That's how the what do I want to do and who do I want to be come together. That's part of your curriculum here at OUWB, because we hope, and we said this at commencement to that class, that you will be the kinds of physicians who are dedicated to extending compassionate, extraordinary care every day, the mission statement of our health system. And let me give you a final example of how those 2 things are linked, which leads us directly into the recitation of the Oath of Geneva. And that's this. What's OUWB like? We've spent a lot of time this week explaining that OUWB is a bit different. We had the opportunity to talk to some parents, explain that OUWB is different. OUWB is about cultivating the talent that you bring, allowing you to recognize your talents, and helping you to achieve and amplify on the gifts that you bring to medicine, so that you become, here's the tag word, virtuoso physicians. In that regard, OUWB is very much like a music conservatory. And I'll explain. There are a lot of people who love to sing in the shower, barbershop quartet, a cappella. If you haven't heard a cappella, you need to hear a cappella. It's a whole other thing, OUWB's group. Sometimes they sing in a church choir. It's fun, it's great, it makes beautiful music. But to be a professional singer, you have to arrive with a certain degree of talent. You have to have the voice. You have to have a certain degree of musicianship. And if you are fortunate, you get accepted into a music conservatory. And what do they do in a music conservatory? They amplify that talent. And here's the important part, the tagline. You must, to be that virtuoso singer, hit all the right notes. I mean, you can have all the artistry you want, but if you don't hit the right notes, it doesn't sound right. But if you are only a technical physician, you don't advance very far. You have to combine hitting the right notes with an artistry and a mastery of the musicianship. so that a little bit of your essence, of your soul, comes through in the music that you make. And the same is true of medicine. You can master the knowledge, and you can master all of the technical skills, but unless you couple it with a mastery of what it's like to listen to a patient in distress with focused attention, to communicate effectively back to that patient, to be culturally aware and sensitive of all of the things that patient brings to their illness and dependent upon you. That's why you're studying for your patients. You're only a technician. At OUWB, we are training virtuoso physicians. And whatever vision you have for yourselves, we have the vision of each one of you becoming a virtuoso physician. Are you ready to do that? Because we have confidence in you that that's where you will be at your commencement. Another thing special happens at commencement. Now today, this class is going to recite a formula that is prescribed. It is the Oath of Geneva. When you graduate, you will be reciting an oath that your class writes together with the help and guidance of our professors in the concentrations of medical humanities and clinical bioethics. So whatever you're bringing, those high aspirational goals, whatever your backgrounds are, whatever you learn and bring to medicine and achieve over the next 4 years, that will be the new oath that you recite. But we're going to start you off today with something that is given to you. So I ask the class of 2022 now to rise and to open in your programs to the Oath of Geneva. I would also like every physician present here today to rise, because all of us are going to reaffirm that oath together with you. So, please be prepared to recite each verse after me. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights, civil liberties, even under threat. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. I ask the class of 22 to remain standing and all others to be seated. And you know, one of the great attributes of a student or a faculty member or the staff at OUWB is the expression of gratitude. So take a moment, look around the room, and please say thank you to all the people who have brought you to this point, come along with you on the ride, those people who are streaming this live. It's a great time to say thank you. And there's no white coat ceremony, of course. without us thanking them for being members of the class of 2022. So can we all congratulate this new class of medicals?